And I don't mean this in a negative way, but if someone said to you, what is your ministry or your outreach into the community? Do you have an answer? And I'm not saying you do or don't. I'm just saying, do we think about that? Because all too often in church, we get caught up in what's happening on Sunday morning and we forget what's happening the other 166 hours of the week. And so we have this opportunity to practice intentional acts of kindness. And we can do things of beauty. I'm grateful in the midst of everything going on with our family that, people fed us, they took us out, they sat on our couch, they met us, they did all these things. But here's what I would say, and there's no negativity or judgment. Do we need to wait for a crisis?
No.
Right. And so as I am super grateful. Even this morning I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, this is Sunday. You need to get ready for the day. And I'm not losing my mind. I'm just caught in the blur of everything. And so I think the ability of the church to minimize small things, even though we know the scripture that says, do not deny small beginnings. We get caught up in, I'm going to wait until I can do something big. I was saying to Tina, we were talking about the government yesterday, and but I brought it back. I said, I can't tell you how many people have come to me, when I win $1 million or I get my inheritance, that's when I'm going to start giving. And I laugh because that's not when you'll start giving. You'll start giving when you begin to pray and recognize that little things. Yesterday, I was sharing with some friends last night. Yesterday, there's a guy who's been in here, he's homeless, and he just wrote me a note and he says, I'm living in my car again. Do you have any gas money? And I sent him the money before I even responded and said, and he sent me a note of thanks before I even wrote the note, say, it's on its way. So it doesn't take a lot to change somebody's world.